guys I spent some time with was Michael Burnoff, and he's expert at persuasion and influence. And I don't know if you've ever seen any of his stuff, but it's really good.
Yeah, actually, we're pretty tight friends. We spoke at Michael Perella's event, and he's in the Genius Network event, so we always hang out and go to dinner in Scottsdale.
Yeah, he was hanging out at our table because Mike was there, and I got to hang out with him for 2 days and learned a lot from him. The funny thing is, I met him back in like 2011. I was on a webinar and bought like all of his products back then. So
yeah,
it's pretty
cool.
cool.
Here's a fun fact about Michael Burnoff. One, he loves pizza from DeFara's Pizza in Brooklyn, where I like to go get pizza when I'm out there in New York. Number two, this guy, in addition to NLP, persuasion, influence, knows so much about what credit cards you need to get and use for extra mileage, for extra points on Amazon, to be able to pay less taxes. And at the Genius Network event, he did like a random 10-minute talk that Joe Polish has on how to stack different credit cards together to end up getting some like 18% more income from stuff. And one thing that I do is my American Express card, we linked it up based off his talk. We linked up my American Express card to Amazon, and this was about 6 months ago. And since then, I have not paid a single penny on a product that I've purchased off Amazon. I'm buying stuff like several times a week. I always have like $2,000 to $3,000 of points on Amazon because I hooked up the right card to the Amazon account. Yeah.
What is your Amazon login again?
Right. Yeah. So I was telling Di, it feels like if someone's like, hey, here's a piece of Target. Go into Target or Costco or wherever you like to shop. Buy whatever you want. Just walk right out. You're good. It's nice. I love it.
I know where you know your Christmas present.
Yep.
We'll post the login in the comments.
Right. I'll put the login there. Yeah.
And,
Cool.
so we just had a birthday party. Emily just turned 7, which is
Yeah.
hard to believe. Went to Legoland. It's the second year in a row.
Oh, that's so cute.
Some fun stuff. Yeah. Time is flying, man. I remember the first time I spoke at FBS, I think she might have been like one, not even one yet.
Baby.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah. Holy
So,
smokes. Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, she had a lot of fun. What we found out is that people in California don't RSVP to parties till like the last minute. At first, we thought there was like only like 4 or 5 kids coming.
Yeah.
When 8 with their brothers and sisters. So we were like letting her know like, hey, it might just be a small party. It's okay. Everything will be cool. We had like 24 kids at the gymnastics center.
Yeah.
They just kept RSVPing, and we're like, oh man. So we had to hurry up and make some more stuff, and it was kind of crazy, but it was fun.
People in California, I'm gonna teach you guys something here. It might come off a little crude. People in California are like the people on Tinder. Not that I have any experience on Tinder, but our friend Chanta does, and he explained all of Tinder to me. So if you're on Tinder, let me see if I can do this right. London, I know you use Tinder a lot, so you let me know. No, I'm kidding. I know you don't. I know you don't. Mike, I'm kidding. She doesn't use Tinder.
He's probably back there in the back. He can probably hear you.
Mike, I'm kidding. Seriously. But check this out. In California, there's so much going on with people, and I think people are just so flaky, very much like Tinder. If you found the 7, you're down for the 7 until you found the 8, and then you found the 8, you're like, you just brush off the 7 and go to the 8. But then, like the next day, you're about to see the 8. But the morning of the next day, you see a 9 or an 8.2, and you just move on to that person. And I think people in California.
So that's why you RSVP at the last second in case that 8 or 9 comes.
Yeah, in case another event comes. Yeah.
Got it.
Which is a shitty way to do it, but anyway, welcome to California. Right? Yeah.
Your party must have been really good.
Tinderfornia. I don't know. That was stupid. Can we strike that out of the live video? Yeah.
No, too late.
All right.
But one of the most exciting things that me and London have been working on and working with Craig is I went to a mastermind in Maui a few months ago, and I wanted to turn Craig's Perfect Day for Me into a reality game that you could actually play. So worked out a deal with Craig and talked London into helping me on the side to put this together. And actually on Wednesday we're launching the Play Perfect Life reality game.
Nice.
And so it's made up of stages. So the Bad Habit Detox stage is actually a free stage that so anybody can play starting on Wednesday. And it's a whole community. You get points for doing levels, for completing levels. You earn actual physical products when you're playing the game. And these are like really cool products. We have a coin, so it's like a Perfect Life coin. When you commit to creating your perfect life, you're getting this coin in the mail, and it's supposed to be like a reminder that you're like the best investment that you can make is in yourself. When you finish the foundational stage, you're getting the notebook, and then we have the pen after the structure stage. And then I don't know if you know Belroy. Belroy makes these really cool wallets. And and we're giving away, those are about 80, 90 bucks.
Holy smokes.
And you get a Perfect Life keychain, because once you're in the success stage, you have the keys to your success. We give you a nice keychain and wallet to hold on to those
like
keys.
that.
And when you finish the legacy stage, you're going to get the Play Perfect Life watch. It's a legacy watch. So by this time, you'll be well on your way to living your perfect life. So we're pretty excited about launching that with Craig on Wednesday.
I love that. That is dope looking, man.
Yeah, that's made by the same company as, who was it? Belova?
Belova. Yeah.
Oh wow, so really high end watch.
Yeah. So really, really great deliverables for the game. So yeah.
Sweet, can't wait for that to launch. Do people need to do anything if they want to learn more about it, or if they want to be part of that launch?
Well, me and Craig we're going to be doing a Facebook Live on Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're on that. If you want to be notified, I guess they could leave a comment in the section, and we'll let them know.
Very cool.
So what's been new with you? I know you're
Yeah.
just as busy, if not busier than me.
Yeah. So it's been pretty busy. We just did the Toys for Tots $1 million mission thing that we've been working on. So last year, actually, let me go back. About 5 years ago, this is going to be the Craig episode. We're just going to call this the Craig episode.
Craig.
Is he in town yet? Let's pull him
So
in.
we're just going to talk about Craig the whole episode, right? And so about 5 years ago, Craig reached out to me. He and his business partner in Early to Rise, Matt Smith, figured out that the Toys for Tots in Denver, where their corporate office is located, is always like thousands of toys behind, right? And the Marine Corps does its best with Toys for Tots, but obviously the Marine Corps' job is to go out and fight wars right now and not necessarily collect toys left and right. So Denver especially was struggling, and so kids were waking up, Christmas morning with no toys. So 5 years ago, Craig and Matt Smith got a whole bunch of their friends together. I went up there, Joel Marion, a few other people, and we spent like $80,000 and bought a whole bunch of toys that weekend. And so that carried on the following year, and every year we bought more and more. And so last year I said, hey Craig, while you guys do that out there in Denver, I'm gonna do it out here. So we spent $20,000 here at the HQ, and we went to Target. And so I said, you know what, what's 20 grand plus another 160,000 that they were doing there? Like, what if I just set my sights for $1 million, right? And I didn't know how we were gonna raise it, but we ended up raising $250,000, so we more than 10x'd the amount that we donated last year. And so we took 2 giant charter buses to Target. They shut down Target for us, The Marine Corps came out with huge U-Haul vans, and we filled them up and had such a great time. They even brought out Bullseye, their dog.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Their mascot.
I mean, I just imagine how big it was this year, because I mean, when we were there last year, and me and London was there as well, I thought it was more than 20 grand, because it seemed like a lot of stuff. Then we filled up a whole truck. We were standing in lines, just passing trash bag fulls of toys to the truck. But
so you can see here in my hands, I'm holding just fistfuls of receipts, and it's $250,000 of receipts. Now these trucks, there's one here and there's one on the other end. We couldn't get all the toys in there, and so we spent actually $90,000 in an actual shopping cart. The rest of the money we gave them, and they had pallets of toys that they had already pre-stacked based on age and what they needed, and so they stuffed more pallets and trucks and sent them out to La Puente, where they're going to, and check this out, one of the favorite things I like about Toys for Tots, they fill up this giant warehouse with toys, and then on the 9th, this weekend, and then again on the 16th, they bring thousands of kids. The parents have to wait outside, because parents always want the more expensive toys, right? Like, hey, get that one, or get that one. So the parents wait outside, the kids get to go in there with the Marine,
nice.
And they get to pick out exactly what they want.
That's awesome.
Right?
Like what they want.
Yeah, I really love that. So y'all have to give us a lot more money, because between Compassion International, Shriners Children's Hospital, now Toys for Tots, listen, we're spending a lot of money every year, but of course you'll give us money in exchange for a ton of value. But so then of course we came here, we did the grand opening, so we've had the HQ open now for almost a year, 11 months.
Man, it's gone quick.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you remember when we got it. But we did the ribbon cutting ceremony, which was really fun. Had a massive party out here in the parking lot. We had 3 food trucks, games, and like festivities, fun times. And then we started this thing where now we have a culture month, where every department, we have I think 6 departments now at the headquarters. Every department. Oh yeah, here's the grand opening. There's a ribbon right there.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
yeah, so we did the big ribbon cutting. As it turns out, you don't even need a permit from the city, because we never asked.
Nice.
So it turns out you do need a permit. Now we can talk about it now that it's over. But we were worried, like, hey, what if the city comes and shuts us down? But check this.
Do you have a ribbon?
Well, No, you need a permit to like have a big party outside in the parking lot, right? Like we had a DJ, we had, you know,
It was an
like
event.
yeah, a kettle corn tent, like the whole thing, like 3 food trucks, and so we did the ribbon cutting, everything was fine, and but we have these cultural, I guess, things that we do, and there's me and John, and this last one that we did, it was actually the media team, so Drew's team. The video team, we had to walk through a maze blindfolded, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Once it's made, then you can get up and throw 3 balls into a trash basket and you're timed. And then obviously whichever team, red or blue, Crips or Bloods. And unfortunately the Crips lost, Josh's team won, where I was concerned. But it was a fun time. Yeah.
Nice.
Fun time. It's a great way to build kind of culture and morale. I know everybody always asks, you know, how do we have this high level of culture and morale? Because we take time on a weekend, like on Friday, to run an event like that and just connect, laugh, and have a good time.
Yeah.
Don't you do something weekly where people like dress up? It's like themed, or what was that about?
Drew, is that a weekly thing, or did it just happen to be? Oh, you happen to just probably come here on a day when a department was running their culture thing, and I think it was the ops department.
It was like a themed week or something,
Yeah.
a themed day. Yeah, nice.
I
Yeah,
saw the Star Wars one.
Star Wars. One. Yeah, we've been here for a couple of them. That's why I thought it was like weekly or monthly, but it was just like a theme.
Yeah,
That's pretty
in
cool.
fact, next month we're doing a casino night. We're doing a casino night here in the Learning Center. Because we didn't know this, but one of our graphic artists, Genesis, he used to be a card dealer, right? Like he'll get up from his workstation and he'll do the hey, yeah. So anyway, so we're doing a whole casino night. It'll be a fun thing.
Have you ever seen Duck
get
Dynasty, where they did their casino night?
No.
It's pretty funny. Like the top 3, whoever got the most chips, the top 3 won prizes. And like the 3rd place prize was like a bottle of his wine that was like horrible, like that they like really screwed up. Then 2nd place was like his manuscript for his book, and he even signed it. Like nobody wanted those 2. And then top prize was like just $2,000. And his like the older uncle, I forgot his name, won it, and he bought like this $2,000 massage chair with it. Yeah,
Really?
but it was pretty funny because the prizes weren't that great.
Really?
But,
All right. So, what do we got going on with social media these days?
Yeah, so we're looking at some new features on social. So Pinterest just launched what they're calling their pin codes. It's their version of the QR code where you scan this code and it's going to take you directly to a Pinterest board. And like London was saying that if you have like a clothing line or something like that, it would be very useful where they could just scan and see the entire line.
Yeah. So like, where would the actual QR code be?
Like if you're in a store
Yeah.
and the store is carrying like limited editions, something.
Like a banner display or something where you could just scan it.
Got it.
Yeah, and then since people shop on Pinterest and you can do that and order online and
Yeah.
find your size and stuff, it's an easy way to just bypass like the website and you just go here on the native app and then just purchase.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a lot of companies are using the QR codes anyway, even though that never really took off like mainstream. But where like if you see a car that you like, you could take the QR code and it takes you to a video showing you like the insides and out, and it's starting it up and you're driving through a course or whatever. So
That'd be pretty cool.
Kind of cool. And then Facebook just launched their Facebook Creator app. It used to be called the Mentions, Facebook Mentions. And the cool thing about this is that I'm not exactly sure what like the qualifications are in order to be able to use it, but it's going to let you put your own intro natively into your lives and outros,
That would be sweet.
which is really cool. Plus, giving you a lot more insights and stats on all your videos and what people are watching for how long and whatnot. Just more in-depth, statistics than you would normally get on a Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So-
I signed an NDA, so I can't talk too much about it. But they did tell me Facebook reached out to us about 3 months ago. Like YouTube, they're starting to create their own little network of shows, and so they reached out to us, and it was such a compelling pitch that they made. How you could be one of the first ones to have a show on Facebook, and if your show takes off, you'd be so far ahead of everybody else. So we're definitely working with them to see if we want to do that, but that would be pretty cool. And I think their whole idea is to just like crush YouTube, because YouTube's obviously got that market cornered.
Yeah, I mean they already have it like with Gary Vee, Tony Robbins. You just save it and it's just like a channel. And when the new episode comes on, it's just in your feed to watch. It's pretty cool. And then Snapchat has redesigned their ads manager and they call it audience filters. It's really just the targeting.
Yeah.
And now before you would really just have to target by like geofencing and more nationwide. Where now you can filter by age, time, gender, snap lifestyle categories, language, device type, and then location, zip code or county. So.
Do you use Snapchat?
I have Snapchat. I have never used it because most of our stuff's local, at least for our clients, more local businesses. Yeah. Which with now we might go ahead and test it out because now we can target local, maybe see how it goes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, what's going on with the trending news there? I know Bitcoins are like the hot thing. I'm seeing ads everywhere to buy and sell cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's really taking off. So I think 2018, it's gonna be a big year for cryptocurrencies.
Really?
But one of the risks is that it can, it's volatile, so it can rise and drop just as fast. I mean, it could go from 11,500 that it is now down to 1,000 in hours, potentially. And about a week ago, Bitcoin actually lost a fifth of its value. People freaked out. It went from 11,000. It just cracked 11,000, and one of the original people who was holding a lot of Bitcoins, they call him a whale. He had it set that when Bitcoin hit a certain amount to sell. So he sold $25 million worth of Bitcoin, which was enough to drop it from 11,000, 11,200 down to 9,000. And people were really freaking out because a lot of people were still buying at 10,000, 10,500. Right. And all of a sudden it's only worth 9,000. I think it might even dip down to 8,000 something. And in a matter of hours, and people freaked out. But then all the more seasoned investors started buying it back up, so it came back up within 8 or 9 hours, back up to 10,000 something, and now it's back over 11 again. But it just goes to
that guy should have been considerate. He said hey, listen, I've got this thing set. When it hits 11,200, I'm gonna sell. Clearly, he wasn't considerate.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. With that small of a market. The stock market over time, it's all been. There's so many people invested in it. It's not that many people that have that kind of power. To be able to play with.
I mean, really, in the big picture of it, a $25 million sale on the stock market wouldn't even be noticed.
Yeah, it wouldn't do nothing.
$25 million sale in the Bitcoin space. Holy smokes! I mean, that created a giant wave.
But that being said, Bitcoin is, actually all the cryptocurrencies are going crazy right now, and to get more and more popular everywhere you go, you're seeing ads for cryptocurrency. Yeah. Whether you're into it or not. So it's only a matter of time before it's mainstream. So even at 11,000, it's still a good buy.
I am seeing people on Instagram who do diet and nutrition coaching.
Cryptocurrency?
Accepting Bitcoins now.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a stripper in Vegas that accepts Bitcoin.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. But except you can't do this on a stripper with Bitcoins, right?
Right.
That's true. I guess you take your phone and you kind of do this and you throw digital currency at her. Not that I've ever done that with any stripper, male or female.
Yeah, I saw some marketers doing their Black Friday. They were doing it half price if they paid in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was 9,000, and went from 9. So people were buying their product at 9,000, and 2 weeks later it was worth 11,000. So it was a good deal for the people buying and for the marketer who sold their stuff at half off if they paid in Bitcoin.
Yeah, Vlad's
yes.
Yeah, I agree. Buy more Bitcoins. Fuck up. Yeah.
So I guess it was a few months ago, the guy from Twitter got fired and deleted or disabled the president's account. So he's been revealed lately. For a while, it's been a secret, and I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
I don't know if we have his picture here, London, but I have his picture on my computer here.
Yeah.
And just looking at his picture,
paralyzed.
He seems like a decent human being. And who knows, maybe that's why he did it. He's I'm a decent human being. On my way out from Twitter, I'm going to hit the off button on Donald Trump. I don't know. Maybe that's what he was thinking. But the story is something like he was here on a work visa from Germany, right?
Yeah, he's from Germany.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, Twitter decided to fire him. And on his way out, he turned off or deleted Trump's account. And how long was it deleted? You guys know?
11 minutes.
Yeah.
11 minutes. Wow. I mean, that's substantial in
social media time, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the president's Twitter account. It's not like it was mine, where it's 38 people on there. Could be 39 after today. Yeah.
Yeah, he says that he didn't break any rules. He said, I didn't hack anyone. I didn't do anything that I was not authorized to do. He's like, I didn't break any rules. I didn't go to any sites that I wasn't supposed to go. So I guess he thought that the content wasn't appropriate for Twitter. So that was part of his job. So that's why he disabled it.
Might have a compelling point. I don't know. Now, Alexa? I know Alexa is really getting a lot of attention here from Amazon. What's the deal with Alexa?
So now they're making Alexa, to become your new office assistant. I still haven't got one for my house just because I feel like they're just listening to me all the time, and so I haven't really done that. But some of the things they're talking about, how you could use it at work, you could pull up like your office directory, like your employee directory through voice. You can control the thermostat, which is great for for me and you.
Yeah.
You could always make it colder just without having to get up.
But
let's see what else they had.
I went to a little event with where Gary Vaynerchuk spoke. Actually, it was Russell Brunson's where we set that record for the bubble soccer. But anyway, so Gary Vaynerchuk was speaking, and he had just come back from Seattle, and he was saying how voice is the new video in the upcoming years here, very quickly, and that platforms like Alexa and what Google has, and of course Siri with Apple, you'll be able to go, all right, Alexa, like of all my podcasts, I want to hear snippets, and you'll hear like 6-second snippets, and that's your chance. Like if you have a podcast, in those 6 seconds, you can hook that person while they're brushing their teeth. They go, yes, play Jeff's podcast, and all of a sudden there's right.
Yeah.
So it's getting to the point where more people are listening than watching because life is moving faster and faster.
And voice search is going to be definitely the future. So, I just have to get over the fact that everything we say and do, next thing you know, they're going to have video in your house. Need somebody to watch your kids? We'll watch your kids for you.
Right. Right.
Alexa, watch my kids.
Right? Yeah. The cops show up.
Yeah. London was saying they already have strollers with like sensors on them now that when you move, it moves. It can sense how it'll stay right beside you, so you can run, stop. You can be on your phone. You can be like texting and walking, and your stroller just follow you around.
On one hand, I like the idea of that. On the other hand, it's like, how do we make the world fatter? I got an idea. A stroller that has 4 wheels and a 35-pound kid. Let's not even push that now. The most minimum thing we can do to burn extra calories, let's not do. Soon, we'll stand on the hoverboards, which we already have, and as we hover along in life, we'll have the stroller following us, and we can just get fatter and fatter, like that movie WALL-E, right?
Yeah.
Where we're all just going to be in outer space, floating around in big fucking cruise ships. Anyway, I do not agree with this, says Vlad. I can go off on that, but anyways.
All right, so last but certainly not least, we have Forbes, who recently marked their 100th anniversary. And at their celebration, they're honoring the world's greatest business minds. So we've been asked to pick out of the people they have on there who we like the best. And so who did you pick out of the Forbes list?
I picked Warren Buffett. And quite honestly, the reason I picked him is I think wealth is created over a consistent amount of time. You see so many people who maybe invest in Bitcoins, income goes up, they're badasses, and then they're broken poor a year from now.
Yep.
They created a media company. Within 5 years, they're broken poor again, and they're in a new industry. You got someone like Warren Buffett, who's been doing this consistently. Holy smokes. And for his, what is it, Berkshire Hathaway, right? His fund, like outperforms all other funds every single year. And I think it's only been 9 times over a 40-year period that he's had to go and deliver bad news. Like, hey guys, we didn't perform as expected this year to his shareholders. And so to me, like, this guy's the epitome of the ultimate badass where an entrepreneur is concerned.
Awesome. So I picked Sara Blakely. I actually met her at the War Room, I guess in Newport earlier this year. And her story is just amazing. How she just, bootstrapped this company, and today it's worth over $1 billion, and she still owns 100% of the company. So no other partners. Could you imagine 100% owner of a billion dollar company? And early on, she was telling us a story how she actually almost lost it because she didn't vet out the manufacturer that she was using and who went out of business. That kind of took her money and ran. And she had a presentation to do for a big retailer and didn't have the product. And how she was able to call around locally and find a guy that was able to, at the last minute, help her out and kind of just made. And then at that presentation, when she was presenting it, the lady just wasn't getting it, and she drug her down the hall to the bathroom. It's like, you got to put them on, and forced her, this high-level executive to put them on, and then got the deal, and that's kind of got her back on track. And now she owns a $1 billion company, 100% hers. Yeah, Spanx.
Yeah. Fun fact, I'm wearing a pair of Spanx right now.
I was just saying you look great
Yeah.
today.
Mhm.
After partying in Vegas for a night, you need to wear some Spanx. You know?
Right around the crotch region is where I'm wearing my Spanx. Ash, I don't know where you wear yours, but I wear mine around the crotch. And you can't judge me for that, bro. It's a free country. I can do whatever I want. I want to support Sara. No. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then this week we have a new unicorn sighting, and it's somebody that's very near and dear to you, and she's done a lot for us as well.
Oh my gosh. And our new unicorn is
Joan.
Arca.
Yes, congratulations, Joan. It's well deserved.
Watching Joan.
I hope she's watching. If you're watching, you're fired,
Should
girl.
just say it really loud so she hears you.
Yeah, she's upstairs right now. Man, I mean, I can just gush on about Joan all day long, but she's someone who, she was supposed to be a school teacher. And so in late 2013, December of 2013, she rushes in for a 20-minute interview with me. And I go, well, I got to go longer. She goes, I'm on a 30-minute lunch. You're going to make a decision right here and now, whether you like me or not.
Wow.
And here's my resume. Ask away your questions. And then towards the end, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I need to take a couple days to think about it. On her way out, she turns around. She goes, by the way, I love French fries. French fries, they're my thing. I just love French fries. And the only thing that stuck with me was, one, this girl's in a rush, and she's on her lunch break. And number two, she loves French fries. So I had forgotten everything else she said, but she made quite the impression on me. And so she was working for some guy who would make her cry every other day. Like, he was just an asshole of a person, from what she tells me. And not that I'm not. I can be a great asshole myself. I take tremendous pride in that. But she had gone to school to become a school teacher and got on board with me to be my assistant. And from there was an assistant. By 2015, 2016, was director of operations for Fit Body Bootcamp. And today, she's our vice president of Fit Body Bootcamp. Yeah, so in 4.5, almost 5 years now, she's really worked up. And without Joan, we really couldn't build the infrastructure here. So she's a gem.
Awesome. Congratulations, Joan. We'll be getting your.
I like French fries.
Yeah.
We need to know your shirt size so we can send you your unicorn of the week shirt, your rare breed.
Dude, the rare breed shirt,
Yeah.
I have one, I think, right? You got it for me. I wore it to the gym the other day, and two people in the same day were like, what brand is that? I'm like, well, if you look closely, it's a unicorn. But I love what it says on the back, you know, down the spine, right?
Yeah.
Rare breed.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, you know, there might be something here that we can actually sell. But I also realized if we started selling this, it would just lose its value because we only gift it to people who earn it.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's like, so how can I get it? I'm like, bro, listen, it's not even for sale, but it's a unicorn. It's just a very angry and awesome unicorn, and I like it that way. Yeah.
I like saying intense.
Intense. I mean, yeah.
So awesome. So with the whole reality gamification thing that we had going on, and with the workshops that we put on, and people always asking us like if we could put it online, I thought we could merge the two together, and we came up with our IBC Online. It's actually turned into a reality game as well, where even though they're not able to come and spend the 2 days with us where we're working over their shoulder, it's the next best thing, because every level is just taking them through one step, and as they complete the level, they're getting closer and closer to not only getting their funnels built out, but then they're also their ads campaigns built out and going live, and they still have access to me and Carlo the weekly webinar during the time that they're in the game. So we've had a couple people beta test it, like Steve, and he's using it as a way to train his employees on running his funnels and stuff for him. So he got a lot of great feedback from not only him but also his employees as well. So I think we're going to be launching that the week right after Christmas. So be on the lookout for the launch for the IBC Online. If you want to get on the pre-sale list, there will be some early bird discounts and stuff. So just leave a comment below and we'll add you to that list.
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you who don't know what IBC stands for, it's Implementation Bootcamp, and you're probably wondering, well, what do you implement? So about 3 times a year, Jeff and I hold this boot camp about 40 minutes away from here. And really what we teach is how to implement Facebook client getting ads, run those campaigns, follow up with those leads, and convert them into paying clients. And obviously with the new year coming right around the corner, we decided that rather than making you come out here to our next Implementation Bootcamp workshop, that we would record the last one we did, and we've gamified it for you. So literally, you could do it, or you could put your staff through it. And it is so easy as you go through the phases. You set up your funnel, you set up your ads, your demographics, you you decide how much money you're going to spend, and you start getting leads for your personal training or boot camp business. And what's really neat about it is we don't just stop at getting you the leads. We give you all the follow-up autoresponders and the phone call scripts that you need, and of course the monster follow-up process to convert those leads into paying clients so that you can start off 2018 in a really massive way. And so the easiest way to get on the early bird notification list is just to leave a comment below. Just write, IBC or Facebook funnel, and we'll follow up with you guys, put you on that interest list, and make sure we get that in your hot little hands without you having to come out here and spend $5,000, because it's going to be a lot more affordable than $5,000. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's it for this show.
Yes,
And
it is.
thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.